Hey you guys, it's Britt. Today we're here to talk about a super duper scary encounter that the TikTok star Bryce Hall had at his home. I had quite a few thoughts about this, so if you're interested, please keep watching. Alright guys, so of course, as always, I will show you the video that Bryce Hall posted. Bryce is someone that I've not really covered. He gained his notoriety on TikTok and he's extremely popular. He dated the other TikTok star Addison Rae. You know, these are just people I'm not super interested in. I don't find them to be commentary worthy super often, and that's not an insult, it's just the facts. They're kids, you know, there's not a whole lot to talk about. You know, they dance, and are they obnoxious at times? Absolutely. But what happened to Bryce 2 days ago on the 21st is extremely scary, and I think that it directly ties into a lot of what I've been talking about recently, but also stuff that I've talked about for a long time on my channel, and that is inappropriate parasocial relationships, personal safety, telling someone where you live, or broadcasting your home to all of your millions of followers. And I'm not victim blaming, because in this situation, Bryce is the victim. But I believe that this should be a reminder, a very clear reminder to anyone who's on social media, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Your home is your safe place, and nobody on this platform or any other platform deserves to have their personal safety put at risk because of an inappropriate or unwell intruder, fan, stan, whatever you want to call them. Nobody deserves it. So that's where I'm always going to stand on it. Let's read this article and then I'll show you the video. TikTok star Bryce Hall recently shared an alarming video of himself confronting an alleged stalker who gained access inside his home. The 22-year-old social media star shared the footage of the confrontation to his Instagram stories on Tuesday, December 21st. In the video, while filming a man on his staircase, Hall is heard saying, "Look at this f***ing guy. It's the stalker, and you walked into my house. Get the f*** out of my house. Did you really just walk into my house?" And evidently this is the second time this same man has walked into Bryce's home. Hall shared the same footage to his Twitter account later that day, writing, "Video footage of me hearing something downstairs and finding out it's the same stalker that walked into my house earlier this year." In a follow-up tweet, Hall wrote, "We blurred his face last time in the video, but this time IDGAF, this is terrifying." And it goes on to say, in another clip shared to his Instagram stories, Hall filmed the alleged intruder sitting outside of his home as Hall accused him of trespassing on his property multiple times. So Bryce Hall is 22 years old. He's definitely not a kid, but if you can even imagine, which I don't know, a lot of us probably can't imagine this, but you become uber famous, very successful, extremely popular. You have millions of people across social media platforms watching your every move, dissecting every little thing that you say, every place that you go to, they know where it is. And then to have this man show up uninvited and not just sit in the driveway and act like a weirdo or sit out on the street and, you know, watch you from the street. Those are not okay either. But to walk into your home where everybody deserves to feel safe in their own home, and to go through that at 22 years old, I hope that Bryce is okay. Do I think he's a little annoying at times? I do, but like I said, even if it's someone who I can't stand, that I don't agree with anything that they say or do, when you're home, you still deserve to have that peace of mind to know that you're not going to be walking to the kitchen and see someone walking up your stairs. It goes on to say the man in the video then responded saying that he didn't know it was Hall's house and was allegedly invited to the residence by a woman. Hall later shared a photo of the man in question being placed under arrest by officers. In a statement shared to E! News on December 22nd, the LAPD stated on, quote, on December 21st at 2:45 p.m., LAPD officers responded to a hot prowl call, which is a possible burglary in progress at a residence. The suspect went into the house, the victim saw him and confronted him and then called officers. Officers arrived and took the suspect into custody. He was arrested for burglary. LAPD also confirmed the suspect's name is Joshua Shaquille. He remains in custody according to the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department booking sheet. And that's the end of the article. So I'll play the video for you guys right now, and then I'll finish with my overall thoughts.
Look at this fucking guy. It's the stalker from the Vestone house, and you walked into my house. Get the fuck out of my house. Get the fuck out of my house. Did you really just walk into my house?
So initially, I think that people might have seen the beginning of this video and said, oh, it's a prank. Oh, you know, these crazy kids are always doing whatever it takes for clout and views. But once I saw that the person was actually arrested, that's when I said, okay, this is not just something for clicks and views. This is not something that is being produced in order to gain attention. And I went into the frame of mind of thinking that this should be a huge reminder and a massive wake-up call for anyone who's sharing, especially like vlogger style content where you might be in your backyard with your dog, or you might be you know, roaming all around your house so that people can see a layout of your house and what the house next door might look like, or you know, what color your front door is so that they can identify your house that way. It is so scary. I also want to use this video as an opportunity to share my thoughts on some things that, or something that you guys asked me about. I received several messages about this issue, and Dad Challenge Podcast the other day did a video about Brianna K and decided to show a Google Earth image of her neighborhood, well-known landmarks by where she lives in her direct neighborhood, and he was called out for it and he ended up blurring the image. If I was him, I would have just taken the video down. But I think that this also, you know, as a commentary channels, we need to make sure that, you know, if we're standing on the message of this kind of stuff being wrong, then when we're doing commentary about it, we also need to do due diligence to make sure that we're not showing neighborhoods and showing stuff that is putting people at risk. Now, he says that it was a mistake. Hopefully it was. I'm not sure about that, because Google Earth is pretty straightforward as far as what it's going to be showing you, but hopefully it was just a mistake. If you don't want people to put your personal safety at risk, then you also need to be handling the content that you're producing with white gloves, and make sure that you're not showing where a vlogger lives or diving into Zillow home reports where someone can do a reverse image search of the house and find out where this person lives. Some of that stuff is just really easy to figure out, especially if you're wanting to do harm. So I also think that we need to be extremely careful as commentary channels to say, I'm not going to be showing this vlogger's neighborhood, even if I know where it is. I'm not going to be spreading their personal information in an indirect way, because it is extremely scary for children. That's something that I've talked about for ages now, making sure that family vloggers aren't doing home tours or showing the front of their house or what color their mailbox is. If it's a weird color and someone knows the neighborhood, they can find your house. So I also think that it's partially with the content that's being put out, let's make sure that we're not putting families at risk when it comes to doing commentary on them. I realize that they're, you know, public figures and all, but I really do care about the personal safety of these kids of family vloggers, and I would never put a Google Earth image of their neighborhood because it has no value. It has absolutely no value to delivering commentary about a child being exploited by the family. That's just my opinion. It just seems like in between people on the other side of the phone, sometimes building inappropriate parasocial relationships where the YouTuber doesn't look at them the way that they look at the YouTuber or, TikTok or whatever. And also just, I don't know, people maybe having a little bit more nerve than they used to. I do feel like this whole idea of going real life is becoming more common, and it's extremely scary. I actually could not be happier that he showed this person's face, and we obviously now know his name. I hope that this individual is embarrassed, and I also hope that if he has some underlying mental issues that need to be addressed, that they are addressed, because I just don't understand how, even if you're consuming someone's content every single day for 5 years, a lot of people can do that and they're not showing up at the person's house, even if they find out where the person lives. But then there are other people who can watch you for a week or two, find out where you live, and they decide to show up at your house. So, and these are only the circumstances that we find out about. There could be other situations where someone is driving by your house every single day, waiting for you to come out and check your mail. Some people just get overly obsessed. I adore my subscribers. You guys know that. I take any opportunity that I can to thank you guys for your support and, remind you guys that my platform is here because of each of you, and that is never missed on me, not a single day. So I can say, even though I adore every single one of you, if anyone showed up at my house, we would have a serious problem on our hands, because you just don't show up at someone's home that you weren't invited to. That's scary, it's alarming, and I think that it should be talked about more often. Being online is a really cool experience, but it goes hand in hand with sometimes putting your personal safety at risk when you don't even realize that it's being put at risk. This is why I always say, when you're vlogging, don't vlog your whole house. Keep things private, keep things protected. Not everything needs to be put out onto the internet. You can have a really amazing platform full of really engaging conversations and all the positive things, but there are some things that need to be left offline. So what do you guys think about all this? This is super scary, in between people feeling like it's okay to show up at your house, to people tracing IP addresses, to doxing and harassing, cyberbullying. It really does make the internet more of a scary place the more often that we hear about these things. And one little video is not going to stop someone from going real life, but I will always say, keep in mind what kind of parasocial relationships you have with people. There's no justifying any of these weird actions. There's no explaining them away. And unfortunately, I don't know the answer to it, but I would say that on the creator's behalf, it would be very wise to make sure that you're keeping things really secretive, really private, because it's a really scary world and it's sad. So I wanted to bring this to you guys immediately. I was absolutely shocked when I saw this on E! I knew that I wanted to talk to you guys about it and get your thoughts. So what do you think about all this? It's pretty scary, and unfortunately, I don't think it's the only situation that we're going to hear about with, these people who feel okay barging into someone's house. It's insane to me. So either way, for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.